Hey, welcome to the 29th day of March 2025. My name is Kurt, and this is my Retiring in Japan journal. And this is my companion, Rudy. So we're out for a walk. This is a more determined and decided walk than just any dog walk. I would call this not just walking in Japan, but dog walking in Japan. A different type of dog walk. So Yumiko and I have kind of entered an interesting phase of our retirement journey. I think this is 105 days in. We've kind of passed a threshold of sorts. You know, the honeymoon stage could be said to be over, where I would define the honeymoon stage as the initial arrival in departure, and for us, arrival in Japan, the attempt at establishing some roots, buying a home, starting the reform work, getting some base furnishings to get started, and establishing our connections here in this community. All of that has been done in less than 4 months. The actual reform work will be done in 3 weeks and completed in 3 weeks. So what we have ahead of us now is a different species of living. And this all came to me yesterday when we were at Starbucks, because I had redone the budget, our new budget based on our the fact that we're done with the spending for the most part, at least for the resettling spending, the buying the house, the reform, the base furnishings, etc., etc. And now we're looking at the fixed income way of life, which is another thing altogether. Now, sure, we've always been on a fixed income of sorts because I've been a salaryman all my life for the most part, and that's a fixed income, but it's a different sort. You know what I mean? When we say fixed income under the retirement context, that has a definite feel to it. Less money, certainly limited in many capacities. And what do you do with that, right? Well, what you do with that is what I'm discovering that many retired people do, is they live, I don't want to say the best life, but it could become the best life if you can do it deliberately and effectually. Living with less, doing more with little, not using money and the spending of money as the fuel to occupy the time, but instead to do things like take a walk with my dog and a place like that along the stream. Look at those mountains up there with the clouds beckoning to us to come. There's books waiting for me in my room. There's a room that's waiting for me. I've got my dog to keep me company, my wife, my companion, our daughter, this community, all these things. None of these incidentally demand any more money than the base necessities now. I can do this, and I'll begin practicing that new life right now with a walk in Japan, but not just any walk, a dog walk in Japan. Let's go. Shall we go? Let's go, Rudy. Come join us. All right, here's a nice roadside stand of veggies. Got onions, like fresh out of the ground. All kinds of stuff. Umeboshi. No, those aren't umeboshi. Those are peppers. I don't see that very often. And then the box are taking the money. And it's got a nice little awning covered with assembled with bamboo and things. Very nice. Strong suspicion that this journal of my retiring in Japan experience is going to become less of a journal of settling in and more of a journal of the good use of time now that I'm in. Like, is it a very good use of time to walk across this empty space of parkland? You bet. Did you hear that whistling sound? That's the bullet train. We'll walk past it soon. I'll have a look. Come on, down the stairs. Hey, I guess this is what walking the dog in Japan looks like. This is kind of fun, and an angle and direction that I didn't anticipate. I thought I would walk in Japan again. I thought I would do a band in Japan and Real Japan Monsters, and Japan Antique Roadshow, and Lyle's brother even. All of those things are still within me. But I didn't anticipate this guy. Well, I knew he would be a part of my life in Japan, but I didn't realize he'd be so intimate to my life. He's really my dog. No one else in the whole world. This little guy had a really, really rough background. He was found living alone on the streets of a really bad part of Los Angeles. He was living under automobiles, leaky, greasy, old automobiles. So he was covered in oil and grease. Could hardly recognize what he was. He went through 2 shelters in Los Angeles. There were kill shelters, and he was liberated from the shelters just at the last minute. And he wound up at a shelter in San Clemente, California that was not a kill shelter. So he would be there until someone found him. And when we first met him, we found him. The caretakers were trying to, the docents, or the people that worked there, were trying to take him for a walk, and he was upside down, 4 legs in the air, would refuse to walk. And my daughter, Emily, really took a shine to him. His name was Keanu back then. Hi, Keanu. And anyway, he wound up as ours, but not without some talking to from the head person at the head volunteer staff at the shelter, who cautioned us that this is a dog with issues and asked us if we really want to take this on. Well, she wasn't kidding. He does have a lot of issues. And, we've mostly just learned to adjust to those things. We've adapted our lives around him mostly to make him comfortable. The main and number one thing is me. He wants to be with me all the time. And so that was a challenge. Okay, if you follow my videos, I'm all about challenges and opportunities and finding ways to leverage the tricky parts of life into something that's worthwhile and making the best use of time. Where the main virtue, the main thing that I'm striving after, is the improvement of the well-being of creatures, particularly thinking creatures. So I was able to basically more and more understand that the best path forward with him is just to make him a part of my life. Now, that's become increasingly easier now that I'm retired. See, he just needs me all the time because I can be with him all the time. And so I'm starting to take him with me on these walks, now that I'm doing these walks, because for the last 4 months I've been mostly focused on the home. But now that the home, like I said, is almost ready to go, so to speak, at least in a satisfactory, settled state, it's time for us to walk. So Rudy, shall we go walk some more? Some more dog walking in Japan? Let's do it. You can come along with me. You remember how yesterday I found a couple, maybe it was the day before yesterday, a couple of old interesting fragments in the rock pile near my house? I think I see some in here too. Let's take a look. I'll put you right here. I'll show you a couple of things that I find. I saw one just a minute ago before I turned the camera on. Let's see if I can find it. There's another one I just see. I didn't see that one before. That's definitely an old roof tile. Terracotta with a nice glaze on it. Similar to what you see on the old Japanese houses. Doesn't take much looking to find these things. That has like an angle on it. Another piece of roof tile. Oh, still another. Look at that, you can see along the edge there. You can see the edging there. Old piece of iron. I don't know how old it is. Oh, here's two more pieces of roof tile. This is an interesting thing. I don't know what this is, but it's definitely human made, right? It's ceramic or stone. Ooh, what's that? Ooh, that looks kind of interesting. Can you see how there's a little bevel on that lifting up? Something, maybe not old, but something. Ooh, look at that, right there. That's definitely a piece of shard from an old cup or something like that, or a bowl. Gosh, God only knows how old that is. That's probably old. Wow, I love stuff like this. Put them back where I found them. Isn't that fun? This is what I call retiring in Japan. And dog walking the dog in Japan. Let's go, Rudy, come on. Ooh, I'm just realizing a real benefit of this walking the dog in Japan. Having a dog with me kind of reduces some of the suspicious nature of a foreigner walking around aimlessly, looking at things, picking up rocks, stuff like that. Just looks like I'm walking the dog. by the Shinkansen tracks, no less. Can you hear the bullet train zipping by up there? Can't quite see it though. I love how people just kind of put potted plants, even though there's nothing growing in them now, and a little bit of decorative landscaping along, otherwise with desolate stretches like this. And then the green is starting to come in, livening up a stretch of railroad that is. What did you think of that? How dare that train? There's a good glimpse of the bullet train. Kyoto bound. This is kind of interesting. A little microcosm here. A little purple flowers. Anything in there of interest? Tiny, tiny little stones. I'm sure a percentage of those are artifacts. Like maybe that one right there in the center. Who knows? Come on, Rudy. Come on. Let's go. The train. Hello everyone, Softypapa here. Well, I've staked out my hike for the day. This canyon behind me here looks so inviting. I've passed it several times and I've always wondered what was up there. There's a little farm road that extends up to the side here. You can see it over here. And the farm road goes up, but I think it turns and goes up the side of the hill here. I don't think there's any road up this canyon. I'm gonna go find out now. Let's go, come along and let's see what's up there. Let's go. Look at this, an old tram line going off into the hills, literally into the hills. Look at this, on this log, lots and lots of mushrooms, fungus of some sort, lots of them. Look at this. There's one of those old tram cars rusting away here in the bushes. Hey everybody, look at this. I think we know what this is. Next to these pretty flowers, this concrete block is an anchor point. Probably for one of those aerial tramways that I see so often on my hikes. An abandoned one, of course. One that's been taken apart. This structure would have had a scaffolding that would have held a receiving end of an aerial tram going up into the mountains. Probably up there in that hill. There's an abandoned farm up there. Isn't this marvelous? The canyon is turning out to be a very beautiful place. This farm road meanders back and forth across the stream along these tea fields. And I've seen the evidence of farming from days past. Tramways going up into the hills. Bits of machinery at the side of the road rusting away going back to the forest. Who knows what I'll find up there. It looks very inviting and I'm excited to continue up and see what it has to offer. Come on, let's go see. Well, I've reached a turn in the road here next to this cistern waterfall overflowing from the river. And here where the road comes to an end, coming up from the valley there, makes a turn here and then continues up there. And I imagine then that it will leave the valley and go up along the ridge. Now I have two interesting prospects at this point. I wonder which one I should try. The first prospect is the remnants of a trail. Now look at that. Now I don't think you can really see much of a trail there, but there is a little bit of a track. Can you see it going through the bushes there? That'll lead me up through the canyon, a very dense canyon, lots of, in terms of foliage. This is bear country, so I wouldn't be surprised to see bears up there. Saw a warning sign further down the road. So that's one option. The other option is over here. Look at this. It looks like a pile of weeds, doesn't it? But upon close inspection, we find a handle. And we find rusting metal. Another handle. And what's this? A motor, or engine, more accurately. You know what this is, if you've seen my videos in the past. This is one of those tram cars that leads up the mountain to a farmer's field somewhere. Now clearly this tram hasn't been used in a long time. Here's the line. The line itself is beginning to get buried in the forest. Oh, look at that. Just where in the heck does that go? Here it is there. Oh, and a little waterfall up there too. Look at that. Or more of a trickle. Well, I'm going to have to give it a little thought now and pick one of these two courses. Or maybe over time I'll be able to explore both. So let's see. Oh, nice bug. Look at this. Beautiful. Well, I've selected the little trail. I chose this as it's going to become quite overgrown in the next couple of weeks. And in another month or so it'll be nearly impassable. Whereas that trail up the side will probably still be accessible, given that it's on a little, in a forest. A nice spider there. Alright, whoops, knocking the camera. Well, I've come up to a little bubbling cistern with water coming out on all sides. Very interesting. The walls of the valley have risen, on the one side there, sheer rock walls with the bamboo forest clinging to the side, just holding on. And the cedar forest over here, with little bits of old growth deciduous trees. Really, really nice. Very, very dark, kind of spooky down here. I like it that way. Anyway, I hear water falling further up. I may have come up against a waterfall. Let's go see. Come on. Following along the stream here. Look at that cliff. Wow. It's getting dark, late afternoon. Light is very low. It's hard to appreciate via the camera the sense of enclosure in this canyon. The steep walls, tall trees, the cascading falls, sound, the closed-in nature of the clouds, the overcast sky, really gives this area a isolated feel. It's quite nice. Okay, some slippery footing there, but I reached the falls, and it was well worth the hike. Really, really beautiful. The dimming light is really adding something to the atmosphere here. It's dark and kind of foreboding. I just love that sound. The entire sense of this place is really quite moving to me. The sound of the water, the cool air in this canyon, the cool air falling down with the waterfall. I know you can't feel it where you are, but as this water is dropping over this cliff, it's bringing cool air flowing like a waterfall also, and it's moving past me right now. Very refreshing. The sense of enclosure here is so amazing, as I said. And as nighttime is beginning to fall, the last light of afternoon is fading away, these sensations are just heightening. I'm so glad that you chose to come along with me today and to join me in this special spot. It means a lot to me to share these moments with you, and I appreciate greatly every chance I have to do so. But for now, it's time for me to sign off, head on home, and look forward to another day. Thanks for coming along. See you next time, I hope. Bye-bye. This is interesting. As we're getting ready to go, I just noticed, look at all these marks on the car. And I think I know what these are. It was raining last night, and we've had the yellow sand from Asia, the dust blowing from I think it's from the Gobi Desert over South Korea, or Korea. And I think that's what's, distilled out of the rainfall. That's that sand that's been coloring the sky. All right, it's time to go to lunch. For lunch today, we're trying a place that neither of us have been to. It's this place. It used to be a Chinese food place, and now they serve I think it's barbecue beef. You turn it, you cook it, stuff like that. Give it a try. This is an old house. So Yumiko got the Kalbi lunch for about 1,300 yen, and you get all of this: the pickles, the soup, the salad, and the meat. 1,230 yen. So $8-9 maybe less. And this place used to be a Chinese restaurant that became a Korean style restaurant. You can see it inherited the Chinese style furniture, and now it's owned and run by people who are from not from either place. All right, looking good. And I got the bibimbap. those are looking good. Cooking up nice. Wow. That looks really good. And some salad. That's good. Hi. Oh, すごい。美味しそう。Well, that really looks good. Yeah. Now with this, it's a little hard with one hand, but I have to do the maze, mix it all up. And I'll do it. Mama can show you. Oh. Hi.
Yeah, mix that sucker.
All right. I think I got it, eh?
Hi.
Well, that was absolutely astonishing. That was really good food. We're going to be coming back here for sure. Good prices too. For the two of us, how much was it total?
2160 yen.
The dreaded 160 yen again.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's the Nissan. What's she doing? Nissan 160 yen, which is probably $15 or ish. And really good. Are you full?
Yeah.
Me too. It was great. We'll be back again soon. Owned by a gentleman from Bangladesh, right? Mm-hmm. Bangladesh, yep. So, and we'll be back again soon. All right, let's go. Look where we are. Yoko invited us out to see, and there's Wanchan, out to this beautiful kominka for tea. Nihon Nantoga. Nihon Daira. Is that what that says? Nihon Daira Kocha. Very nice. We've been here before, but the new subscribers haven't seen it before. And they have doggy. A little Jack Russell. Hi, Jack. So the woman that runs this place, she makes just about everything. Oh, konnichiwa. Sumimasen. Shashin totte ii? Arigato. Wow. 綺麗ですね。ワンちゃん、ジャック君、Ken. Look at the garden. Wow, look at this. The flowers. And you know, old style Japanese homes would usually have a sink outside to run the garden, you know, operate in the garden. Look at all this stuff. Oh, he's got a big old ladle like I've got. I feel a little bit at home here because she was really nice and chatted us up. Look at all the garden tools. Oh, it's such a beautiful area. And this beautiful old house. I like the way she uses some of the kitchen tools for the garden. Jack. I wonder if she'll remember us. We were here before. And she really operates this as a labor of love. This is her husband's family's house. And I think that they're all retired. And she just keeps it upkeep. And she has tea. And it's really, really affordable. And snacks. And she makes all kinds of stuff like, I think, marmalade and jams and things. Oh, look at that. I saw the fish. I just saw a goldfish up in here. So nice. Hi, Wanchan. Hi, Jack. Oh, 元気ね。お名前は？この子の名前は何？レイです。レイ君。レイディアント。レイ君ちゃん？君。そう君。レイ君。元気ね。おじいさんです。おじいさん、そう。元気なおじいさん。もうすぐ13歳。13歳、そうですか。元気ね。This is a Northern curtain. 綺麗なNorthern. Beautiful. She's got little plants all over here. Yoko would really like those. Arigato ne. Got the name. Look at the architecture up there. Isn't that beautiful? And that's the name plaque. And then you come through here. You want to step over the thing. And this is the 玄関。
引っ越しされてね、昭和レトロに。
Look at this beautiful home. Oh my goodness.
これからです。いろい
座布
ろ。
団がね、すごくいっぱいあるんですけ
That's a
ど。
little kamidana god shelf up there, or god above your head.
ここのうちの
There's the stairwell leading up, and there's a little cupboard underneath the stairs.
そうね。
These beautiful wooden
20枚
beams.
ぐらいあったんですね。で、少しずつ
And
減らして
originally, this would have been, I believe, it would have been light
だ
colored,
ったので、
but then
器とか
it attained a darkened hue over time.
で、お座布団
And there's that must be the dog's inner cage. And look at an old phone. What do you know? Mizurashi.
あ、上です。
And then, like I said, she makes all these marmalades and stuff. Wow. See what? And black tea. That's her specialty, is the black tea. So you take your shoes off here.
そうね。
And Yoko would like all these little plants. And then up you go. This is the type Mama wants. Yeah. Flush. That's what their father formerly did. He was a tatagu. He made these shoji windows and doors. I don't think he made that though. The carpenters, the daiku-san. Oh, Hinamatsuri. Girls' Day display. Wow.
Huge.
Those are big dolls. Wow. And we're gonna sit here. And she gave me permission to film. And last time I was here, she was all right with it too. So I'm just gonna step over here and take a picture. So Girls' Day was recently, or a couple weeks ago, right?
No, beginning of this month.
Oh, okay. Beautiful. And here's the Butsudan family altar. And then the portraits of the deceased ancestors looking down from above. And over there, there's the portrait. There's the Daikoku, the face of Daikoku and Ibisu, gods of fortune. And if you're really lucky, this is the type of chadansu. Yumiko has something like that. Yumiko, yours is very similar to this, the one you got. Chadansu.
That's nicer.
Yeah, it's got an extra layer on the top of the old radio. And if you're really lucky, you can sit there and enjoy the weather. This is the Engawa. It would extend all the way along here. It kind of separates the outside from the inside with an extra layer. Okay, well, we're going to sit down and order some tea and have a nice time. Some water. That's nice. Arigatou gozaimasu. All right, here's our tea service. I got the Nook tea, and it comes with a couple of accessories here, food, and this marmalade that she made. I've got more there. And the Yumiko commented that the cream is even warmed up, so it doesn't dissipate the heat of the coffee. Yumiko's going for it. She's already drank the whole thing, ate half of her stuff. Oh, that's right, there's more. You can just pour yourself another cup. And Yumiko's going for it too. Now, ladies, don't you think it's an interesting contrast to have this kind of Western style tea service in a Japanese, old style home? It's an interesting contrast. So we just enjoyed an amazing tea service. It was really good. And look at this amazing gift that she gave us for my room. She knows that we're furnishing a house. These are sabutan cushions that are used. These are really, really good quality. So similar to these right here, right? But wow, like royalty. So I'll be using these in my room to sit on the floor. Isn't that nice? She's so sweet. She's okay with the photo. Okay, so we're driving along now. This is old historic ruins here. There used to be an old historic house there or something they've discovered. Anyway, I distracted. Oh, look at those old tenement style apartments. Wow, there's so many interesting things to see. Yoko, I love it when someone else is driving because then I can just look around. Thank you, Yoko. We had a nice tea at that black tea shop. And now we're going to an antique store that the proprietress recommended to us over here by the beach. along this very narrow road. So some of you have been asking me to get in the ocean. There it is. I'm close to the ocean. I don't live far from it. It's only a 10-minute drive or so from my house, but I don't get here very often. That's the Izu Peninsula out there. Yeah, I'm gonna go and swim in the ocean soon enough. Oh, here's a better view. You can see the Omiyazaki way out there. This is the coastal route here in Shizuoka City. And here is the Abe River. Oh, and that's up there, guys. That's where I'm going to be hiking soon again. And then there's the Abe River over there. That woman backed off. Gomenne. Oh, it's the Abe River's kind of a little bit big with all the rain we've had. And here's the place. Look at that. Risaikuru Ampu. Shapu Ampu. Look at that. Oh, that looks interesting. I wonder if they want to buy some zabuton. Look at those guys working up there on the expressway. That's the Japan working man. So this place is called Exceed. And it's on the other side of the Abe River, which would be the, south side of the river? And it's like a big old warehouse. And the proprietress of the restaurant that we were just at told us about it. So let's go check it out. So I just checked with the owner, and he said that I was fine to take photos or videos or whatever I want. So I'll show you guys around. So let's start from the outside. Big. This is the biggest like Japanese furuimono old thing store I've ever seen. And they've got in the foyer here entrance some yakimono, ceramic items. Very nice, all very reasonably priced. Coming inside, old TV, that would be Ebisu-san right there. Some old statuaries and stuff. Look at this chadansu, tea cupboard. Maneki nekos, there's Ebisu and some other items. Very nice items. A box of maneki neko, some old toys. Look at this classic Sazai-san comic. Look at this place. It just goes on and on and on. And then up on the second floor, and I know some of you have asked me to be a little more, circumspect in my showing of this stuff, so I'll try to go a little more slowly. But just kind of walk through, you can get a basic idea of everything here. Oh, more of a furnishings area, records. Oh. And more furnishings and stuff. Very nice. Wow. The glassware is amazing. And then clothing, vintage clothing. Okay, I came across a treasure. Now, to anyone out there that knows what this is, it doesn't look very special, does it? It's a Daruma figure. I mean, they're special, but this is really special to me. This is the same Daruma doll that I used to sell in my store, the old Tokaido, back in the day. Now, I sourced these from a family that ran a business near downtown Shizuoka for generations, and they were my sole source of Daruma, and it was a family of oldsters, like 4 or 5 old people that ran the place, no young people in the shop, and they'd handmade these. And I've got photos somewhere, so I can find them. I'll include them here, of their shop. Now the shop's since gone out of business. It's now a parking lot, been demolished and torn down. It's just a parking lot. I didn't think I was ever going to see these again, and I found one. How do I know it's from that same place? Because it's the same look, it's the same package, and the key element is the number 12. when I bought them, that was the numbering. They had a numbering system, and I remember this number 12 for this size that I used to have in my store. So I'm getting this for sure. Okay, we're back from our outing, and I want to show you the things that I got. So I got the daruma. This is for us. This is a treasure. I'm even going to leave it in the bag to remember how I used to get it. I'll put this downstairs with Yumiko's growing collection of what she calls wise guys. And I got this plate right here, and I'm going to use this. It's vintage. It's so thin ceramic. I love this kind of a uneven thing. I'm going to put this right here. This will be my key holder. And this is the real treasure. I got not one, but two of beautiful zabuton cushions for the floor here. Have a look. So they would go here like this. One here. All I need is one really for now. And then you can have my little table here. And then I can sit on the floor, you see, like that, and it'll be nice and comfy. Very, very nicely. I'm very pleased with that. That was a gift by the woman that runs that tea shop. Isn't that nice of her? Wow. You know, I'll put the other one over here for Rudy. Rudy's zabuton. And mine. That's good. It was a good day. We did a lot today. You know, one of my objectives in life, according to my Good Life Creed, is the good and effective use of time. Basically, leveraging each day towards good and useful ends, squeezing good essence out of as many hours as I possibly can. And I would say today was a good one in every capacity. So I'll sign off for now. Wish you all the best, and we'll continue our evening walk as the rain finally lets up. Go home, take a bath, go to bed. Take care. Be safe, but not too safe. Bye-bye. Home sweet home.